Today in Suncoast View, should released Florida felons retain the right to vote? That question will be on the ballot in November. We'll discuss.
We know we live in a hot housing market, but our realtor can still bring us some great values in today's Suncoast for Sale.
Lifting weights is not my favorite activity, but we're going to make it fun. Do you believe that? On Workout Wednesday with Body Pump. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Hitched and Honeys. Nikki Logan Curran, great to have you with us.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So I've decided from looking at your life on Facebook, because everyone's life on Facebook looks amazing, that you have such a great job because you get to participate in so many of the cool Suncoast events. You were busy this weekend.
We were really busy this weekend, and so my full-time daytime job is community outreach with Chef Paul Madison. And we had a dinner Sunday night at Philippi Mansion. It's our annual Farm to Fork dinner that we do for restoration of the Keith Farmhouse. It was a beautiful night. And then there was another sustainable dinner for Boys and Girls Club by Vets to Success. And then another one on Anna Maria Island. So it was a very chef-inspired
But I like the
collaboration.
theme, the sustainable theme.
Right.
It was really prevalent everywhere we looked this weekend. And somebody that was part of this is someone that you got to know through Pink. And I want you to
Yes.
tell us about Jim Donovan.
Okay, so I gently stalk him. And I have for a very long time because their first Farm to Fork dinner was in 1999, long before that whole Farm to Fork craze even came around. He's actually most well known for his land art. He holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest land sculpture. So if you've ever seen those sculptures in the desert that look like they came from an alien spaceship and they're circles, that's him. And so when I was at the Pink conference, I was listening to his presentation on that topic, and he's like, oh, you know, and I also have this little thing called Outstanding in the Field, and I could hear me and all the other people in the audience like, what? This is like in coming to Florida? We didn't know, and I follow them. So all of us are like rapidly trying to buy the last 12 tickets while we're sitting in the Pink conference.
So he had a dinner, which he refers to as Outstanding in the Field.
Yes.
Hold that record for the longest table.
Look at this on Anna Maria Island. What a gorgeous place
It
to
really
hold a
was.
sustainable meal.
Gorgeous.
It was beautiful. And you know, there's not a lot of places we can do this. You know, we have all these white sandy beaches, but permitting and all of this stuff. So this was in front of the sandbar on Anna Maria as part of the Ed Childs group. And so
How cool.
lucky for him, he's got prime real estate and can hold dinners
And
like
do
that,
that.
you know? But
Right.
yeah, it was a really great weekend. There was a lot of people doing really good things.
And lucky
so.
for us, so many people are concerned about
Yeah.
sustainable food practices and
all
making
of those,
good choices.
Yes, all of those events were sold out. So it
Wonderful.
really shows that it's not only, you know, all of these chefs doing the right thing, it's people really supporting and not only the farms, but all the other organizations. So.
And we have the farms nearby.
Yes.
We're just lucky that we have that available right at our back doorstep.
Right.
And that table.
I know.
Joey can't get over the table. Very, very
Restore
fun.
that.
Pass the salt. I
Well,
mean, what do you do?
this is the best time of year for events as we look at that gorgeous table. And coming up this weekend, there will be tables full of people wining and dining, of course, because we are talking about Forks and Corks weekend. And a huge part of that, of course, is Chef Paul Madison from Madison's. And we are glad you are with us today. Tell us about the lovely wine you are holding and what we're making in the kitchen today.
Well, we're doing a dinner this weekend as well on Saturday evening, and we're featuring Hahn Family Vineyards, which is all their vineyards are all certified sustainable vineyards, as well as a lot of the foods that we're using. So it's a great dinner. It's wonderful wines. The dish that we're going to feature today is the first course, which is a pecan crusted shrimp, and we're going to serve that with a little arugula fennel salad and a little lavender vinaigrette.
Oh, it sounds very nice. And of course, there are many, many wine dinners going on. To get in on the Hahn Wine Dinner, you will want to go to madisons.com and you can find out more about that. And we will be talking more about it as we go throughout the show.
Isn't it cool that just one simple choice you can make as an individual, like, oh, I'm going to choose to buy this wine because it's from a sustainable winery, has an exponential effect.
Right.
You know, if all of us chose, you know, to buy sustainable wine, what it would do for the land and the industry.
We just had a team meeting at Madison's about that yesterday, about how so many people are choosing to make responsible choices, and they're purchasing for produce and agriculture. And now it's priced available so that there's really no reason not to do the right thing.
And sometimes it's just about education, knowing
Right.
what is done with sustainable practices and what isn't. So I
Exactly.
like things like these wine dinners because it spreads the word. I mean, you can buy Han wines all over the place.
And
so
it sounds like we owe it to the earth to drink more wine.
I like that.
Linda, I like the way you think. You're going to fit right in with Forks and Corks Weekend and us. It is time for our first hot topic. And Florida voters will get to decide in November whether to expand voting rights to felons with a proposed amendment on the ballot. Florida is currently one of 4 states that permanently strips people with a felony conviction of the right to vote without an extensive appeals process. An amendment on the November ballot will ask to change that by automatically restoring rights once felony sentences are complete. This could extend voting to over 1.5 million more people. Murder and sexual offenses would be an exception.
Then I think it's a very good idea. I think that once they've paid their price, paid their dues to society, they're not rapists, they're not murderers, then I think they should have the right to vote.
I agree.
I agree. I mean, if you do the crime and then you serve,
Pay the
your
time.
time.
yes, do the crime to the time. The alternative is that, you know, you're kind of keeping people in a life of feeling second class and not being able to restore themselves again. And ultimately, I think the main goal is you want to get people back to contributing to
Right.
society.
Yes.
And voting is a way to do it.
I'm going to go in the middle here.
Go for it.
I certainly agree with you. You've done the crime, served the time, done all of that kind of thing. However, part of reinstating needs to be to earn it a little bit. So I would like to see some kind of application education process. Florida, what they have right now is ridiculous. I mean, it takes months. It rarely happens. Everybody gets tired of the process. It's backlogged. It has to go before a hearing board. Too much, way too much right now. But I'm not sure just being out, here's your voter card back, is the answer. Because for citizens, we require you to become educated in what it means to be an American. I think, you know, if you've been out of the mix for however long, for whatever reason, you know, do you have any knowledge of what's happening? I mean, I'm not sure what the answer is,
I
but
don't
I need a
think-
little something.
Yeah, how many people out there have knowledge of what's
Exactly.
happening?
Well, they certainly should.
They
And
should.
most of them don't vote.
But if that's going to be some sort of programming, then it should happen in jail.
I agree with that.
Yes, yes.
I like
Like
that.
once they're out,
Great
like let
idea.
them wash it up and
Have your life
start
back.
fresh, you know?
And maybe that can be part
I
of.
think there is a middle ground. I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think, you know, you do earn your rights back as long as you can earn those rights back. And I agree there are exceptions, you know.
Sure, and I like the fact that the amendment put the exceptions in. But this was so much work to get this on the ballot. The requirements of percentages of people on the petition to even get it on the ballot took
Yeah.
a long time to get it passed. So
I feel like we talked about this almost like a year ago.
Yeah.
and they were still working on it. So
Yeah.
it's official now that it will be on the November ballot, but I believe, and we're going to talk about elections coming up, and someone can probably give me a firm answer on this, that I think it's 60% that have to approve this amendment for it to become law. So there's still a long way for it to go, but we are making progress. It's an
Yeah.
interesting
Yes.
issue. So millennials may be changing business models around the world, but one age-old industry is enjoying a nice comeback thanks to millennials. A travel study finds that millennials love camping. After years of decline, this industry has increased by 1 million American households since 2014, and that number continues to rise thanks to millennial consumers. And I purposely held this for when Nikki was here because I know Nikki is a very happy camper.
I'm
So-
such a happy
I
camper.
thought you were going to say millennial.
and not
I'm
far
not.
from that
I
either.
don't know what I am, or what's before the X? I don't
What
know
do
what we are.
you love about camping, and why do you think it fell off of people's preferred way to relax?
Oh, because it's too hard. It's a lot of work.
I feel like, I can only speak for myself, but so we grew up camping. When we went to Disney, we camped. When we went on vacation, we camped. On a road trip, pull over to a campground. And I hated it, of course.
As a child.
But now I'm an adult with a nice glass of wine and beautiful food and
You
snuggy
do glamp
blankets.
a little
We
bit.
are- yes. I'm not the girl that's going to go in the woods and like build myself a fort and
Right.
all that craziness just because that's
You bring
where all-
nice food.
Yes, I'm scared out there. I don't like that. It does scare me. But I think for people now to have that sense of nature and appreciation, I think it all folds into the whole culinary movement and connecting to the earth. So
Yeah, I think we need nature. We need to lose ourselves in nature. We went camping all the time when I was a kid, and my mother did all the work. But I don't want to have to cook and make a fire.
we do
Put
that
up
at home.
tent.
I love it.
The fire I can do.
Is it
That's
like
a lot
that
of work.
age-old like man versus nature where, because I went with friends before I moved back down from New York, and they basically went out into the wilderness to recreate their lives there. So they made
Right.
toast and they hung lights and everything.
Yeah.
Like they basically tried to
Yes.
recreate their lives. I thought it was really cool. But I was also like, we could have just done that.
Right.
Yeah, we could have
Right.
flipped the
I
switch
could
at
make
home.
toast at home in 10
David
minutes.
does that for his like guy trips. Like they go out, like they literally, I'll have to show you pictures one day. They like have built furniture, like crazy
That's
stuff.
funny.
But for me, I need like, you know, a little more, I need to know that civilization is
existing. Yeah, and I'm with
Somewhere.
Linda. For me, it just seems like there's a lot of stuff to put together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of making sure everybody has what they need, and that exhausts me. So by the
Yeah.
time I do all that, I'm out.
You got to wash everything up when you come home, fold it up, and put it back.
Yeah.
I'll just take room service at the Ritz if you don't mind.
exactly.
Camping with Linda.
Exactly. So have you ever been told that you talk in your sleep, and have you ever worried about what secrets could be spilling out? A study from Medical News says 5% of us do sleep talk regularly. It's called, and I love this word, somniloquy. Not a soliloquy, it's somniloquy. But 66% of us have done it at some point, typically when we're overstressed or overtired. The study confirms we should worry about what we say. 10% of sleep talking involves swearing, most commonly the F word. The other most common word that was said while sleeping? No.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting? What if that's like our inner protest
Yeah.
coming out while we
The things
sleep?
we're holding back all day
Right.
that we didn't say, although we thought them. Now they're piling
Or
up.
maybe it's something awesome. Maybe you're like, no effing way. Maybe something awesome's happening.
That is not what the study said. I think we're angry when we sleep talk, or like releasing, which kind of makes sense.
I talk. Do you talk?
I do.
I
do
do
too.
too.
My husband did. And so I
Did he
would
say
listen
anything
very
good?
carefully to see if there were any women's names. No, it's all football play. It was all about football.
I
He's
was
like
told-
cheerleaders.
I was told that I book the show in my sleep. And so there are times where I would be saying things about, you know, oh, a camera, or oh, we need your pictures, or something.
But that's the stress,
Right.
releasing itself.
But then I wake up and I'm like, oh, good, the show's all set for tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not.
That was just a dream. I didn't really do that. No, it's hard to keep it all straight. Well, speaking of sleeping, is there anything worse than waking up bare and cold because the person next to you has stolen all the blankets? We know this is a fight. The struggle is real. IKEA has created a real solution. It's inspired by the traditional Swedish way of sleeping. They're calling it their together bundle, as in together but toggled, which is basically two separate duvets, one for each person, that you can then connect them in the morning when you make the bed. So there you are separate, but you can put them together. So you can wrap up individually at night. The reason these are so popular, you can choose separate levels of insulation for those who are body temperature challenged. I sleep with 5 blankets on my side. My husband does not. You know, I love the fact that you can have a light one. I can have a real heavy one. We don't have to touch or fight over them in the middle.
I think that's brilliant.
I do too.
That way there's no tugging because somebody is a roller.
Yeah,
Somebody rolls
absolutely.
over.
And do you not totally sit there and
Yeah.
tug and think, I do not care if you go flying? I am mad.
Since my husband died, I've been sleeping with a dog, and he will try to get my blankets in the middle of the night. His feet are going like mad, pulling the blankets over so he can lay on.
See, he needs his own.
I would
There is
have
a
to have
pillow
zipper.
thief in our house, and sometimes I'll wake up and it's like there's a barracks set up of just pillows all around the bed. Yes.
Is it Lulu?
No.
I know. It would
It's
be the
my
one you're
other
married
half.
to.
It's a dog.
So some of our Suncoast heroes got a little national love on TV and the network spotlight. Here is a clue from Jeopardy! In 2017, the oldest of this type of aquatic mammal in captivity died at age 69 in a Florida county of the same name. What is? Manatee from Snooty. It's not Snooty
did
County.
well.
It's Manatee. Snooty the manatee, of course, passing away in captivity, and Manatee County of that name. It was not a Floridian who buzzed in either. They answered orca, which is, of course, incorrect. They didn't get it right.
Is there a county named Orca?
No, no, that's why I knew it wasn't a Floridian who buzzed in. So they didn't get it right. But how cool that Snooty was a Jeopardy clue.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hope
Or
I hope that
Snooty.
question was like one of the $1,000 or Daily Doubles.
Yeah.
or
One of the big
something.
ones?
Yeah.
Because that's still very painful. It may be too early for
And I'm
that.
told it was a daily double,
Oh,
so
good.
some bonus there. But
Snooty deserved nothing less.
that's right.
Yes.
And we're glad to know that he lives on even in Jeopardy. All right, when we come back, speaking of voting and voting rights, we're going to talk more about the upcoming special election.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrogate with your first alert weather forecast for this happy hour. And a lot of folks happy about our weather this afternoon. After a pretty cool start, low temperatures this morning were down into the upper 40s to low 50s. And there's a little bit of cloudiness coming in, as you can see off in the distance there. But generally, it's been sunny throughout the day. And it looks as though we'll see generally fair skies through this evening. No threat of any rainfall. You can see from our live tower cam view looking out over downtown Sarasota, there's a little bit of mid-level cloudiness there and upper-level clouds coming in from the Gulf. As I said, no rain associated with those, and we don't anticipate any rain for some time. And temperatures tonight will be a little bit cooler than this morning's lows. Look for them to be in the mid-40s inland, upper 40s near the coast under generally fair skies. No threat for any kind of fog. And then on Thursday, looks to be really quite nice. High temperatures will be warming just a little bit below average in the upper 60s. And we'll have the complete forecast for the weekend with another cold front heading in at 5.
Casting a vote in an election is a civic right and the best way to make your voice heard. There are 2 election dates coming up in Sarasota County, and Supervisor of Elections Ron Turner is here to make sure we have all the information we need to cast our ballots. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I'm glad we're talking about this because this is not the typical time of year when people might be on the heads up looking for elections.
No, it's not the typical time of year, and also maybe not the typical setting. I think it's kind of cool to be here on the Suncoast view this morning, being the Supervisor of Elections, so thank you for helping us
You're
get
welcome.
the word out.
Tell us what's on the ballot.
Well, we have a House District 72 special election, which is February 13th here in Sarasota County. Last September, Representative Alex Miller in District 72 resigned her seat in the legislature. So last December, we had a primary election for this, and February 13th, we have a special election. Basically, this is a general election, and there are 3 candidates that are on the ballot, a Republican, a Democrat, and a Libertarian candidate. And then on March 20th, we have a countywide school district ad valorem millage election.
Would you explain what that is? I know a lot of people know that phrase. But
Okay, well, Sarasota County in the past several years has had an additional property tax that additional revenue goes to help the school district. So the school district has to come back to the voters every 4 years and ask for permission to continue that if the voters would like to do that.
Okay, so this is not in addition to or a new tax. This
No,
is a
it
renewal?
would just be a renewal, potentially, if the voters approve that, of that special ad valorem millage.
Okay, and I have one other question going back to February
Okay,
13th.
all right.
Just District 72 is voting February 13th, is that correct?
Yes, February 13th, House District 72. Now, House District 72 makes up about 1/3 of Sarasota County.
Okay.
So it's about 1/3 of the voting districts in the county. It runs from about Osprey up to University Parkway, kind of in the middle of the county, but certainly if people have questions, voters, you know, look at your voter information card that we send you. It lists your House districts. Contact the elections office, and I know you can go to our website
We'll
at
put that out there.
sarasotaVotes.com. Yes, to contact us to find out, and you'll get a sample ballot in the mail.
Okay, good.
So we're sending one to every voting household for House District 72, and we send sample ballots for each election, so that way the voters who are eligible or involved in that election know that, what's on the ballot, the different particulars that we're
Which is a
talking
great
about
idea.
today.
You can make it out before you go, so it doesn't take you long. when you
Yes,
get there.
Linda, that's the other thing you can do is use it as a reference, as a guide. So if you use that sample ballot, you can mark it, you can take it with you in the polls, take it with you early voting, and use it as a guide to help you remember. And for February 13th, it may not be as, it's a shorter ballot.
I won't
but,
read that.
Yeah, but for a
We ought to
longer
be able to
election,
handle that
even
one.
the supervisor of elections might need a sample ballot than for a
there's
general election.
a lot going
right?
on in November. So traditionally, voter turnout can be lower in the special elections.
Right.
Let's make it easy for people and talk about the different ways they can vote.
All right, so for any election in Florida, there are 3 ways to vote. You can vote by mail, and we have mailed, I think, more than 28,000 vote by mail ballots in House District 72. As of yesterday, almost 15,000 were returned to us.
Oh, great.
Wow.
I went online and I requested mine.
Oh,
and
great,
I got
Joey.
it. So
I'm
gonna
glad
fill
that
it
you
in.
did that. It's easy. Any voter can request a vote by mail ballot for any election, or you can request a vote by mail ballot through 2 general election cycles. So you could request
Okay.
one now through December 31st, 2020, through the next
great.
I
presidential.
didn't know that.
We're already thinking ahead to the next
So
Well,
some
it makes
people
sense.
that maybe don't want to wait in line for election day, they can vote early, right? What are the options for early
Okay, so
voting?
early voting for this House District 72 special election, there are 8 days of early voting. It starts February 3rd, which is a Saturday, runs through the next Saturday, February 10th, 8:30 to 4:30 every day, 3 sites in the county: Sarasota Square Mall, like right in the center, in front of the former Macy's store there. So we're right in front of it. You know where that's at. So we'll have signs from the entrances there to direct you where to go. Our elections office, supervisor of elections office, in the Terrace building, which is at the corner of 301 and Ringling in downtown Sarasota, and North Sarasota Library. That's the other site. So you can go to any of those 3 sites to vote early in this House District 72 election.
And all of that is on your website, which we will continue to give out, especially when we finish up here. But one quick question, lots of transient people in and out here, moving in, moving out. Let's re-remind registration, because that has to happen first, or address changes.
Yes, now it's too late to register to vote for this House District 72 special election. In Florida, you're required to register to vote at least 29 days prior to an election.
So you could still register for the school vote?
You could still register for the March 20th election if you're not registered to vote. You can do that through, we have online voter registration in Florida, which is new as of last October, October 2017. You can go to registertovoteflorida.gov, G-O-V, and you can register for the first time. You can change your address. You can change your party affiliation, or decide to affiliate with a party if you're not part of a political party. And so that's a good website to go to help with that.
Great. Okay, and everything is there for you, including the information about where those early voting sites are for House District 72. Thank you so much. Great information out there. Remember, the website is sarasotavotes.com, and I do want to throw out there, because Manatee County, of course, is going to have some elections coming up in March. That is votemanatee.com, and you'll be able to find all that on our website as well. Information that we all can use. Coming up next, it's Sounds of the Suncoast.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
I actually started playing the game at 11 years old, so I started a little bit later than most players. But I was actually raised on Fighting Joe. The value here at Robert Trent Jones is unsurpassable. I mean, I have looked to other places. I've traveled all the way across the country. Everything is perfect as far as everything is the golf course, the rolling of the greens. Everything that I've encountered has just been absolutely incredible. And for the money that you spend, for the value that you actually get, it is unsurpassable. I'd recommend it for anybody.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a full-time receptionist/accounts payable administrator. AP or general accounting experience preferred. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
We appreciate all the different local musical talent here on the Suncoast and all the different styles. In today's Sounds of the Suncoast, here is pop rock band Decoy performing You and I Both Know It. Take it away.
When you think you've had enough and everything is crashing down, it's kind of hard to say this, but it only gets worse from here on out. You ask me how I know this, I've seen it all before. Don't you remember the time or place? I vaguely recall the look on your face. You're all I want, you're all I need, but I can't give you everything that you deserve. tried so hard, but it's a given. You and I both know it wouldn't work. When you think you had it all,
but still you had to call. I think that's where it went wrong, though I know you were seeing him all along.
I think I found them all. Your lies, they are so small. At least you give me something to write about. Hope you feel 10 feet tall. You're all I want, you're all I need, but I can't give you everything that you deserve. This night is gone, I have to leave. We tried so hard, but it's a given. You and I both know it wouldn't work. You're all I want, you're all I need, but I can't give you everything that you deserve. This night is gone, I have to leave. We tried so hard, but it's a given that you and I both know it wouldn't work.
I love your sound.
Yeah,
It's like
beautiful.
very upbeat and fun. And I understand you've released a new video. What's that like?
We just released a video. It's Alice in Wonderland theme. We shot it with 2 Stories Media. Worked really, really hard on it.
That's kind of a fun process.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a song, but then to also create a visual.
yeah,
around
it's
it.
about a day of shooting and about a month of editing. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
a
How
lot
has
of
it
work.
done? Has it been popular?
Yeah, it's been popular. Our first video got about 20,000 views on it, so we're hoping to surpass that this time.
Well, I want to know if that song was about your life that you just sang.
Actually, he wrote that one.
It really happened to you? Not yet?
Not yet. I'll put it that way.
Good, good.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you
We
so
love
much.
to
Appreciate
see
it.
local groups and local bands doing great things. And
Thanks
you
for
guys
having us.
definitely are. To keep up with Decoy, you can find them on their Facebook page. Coming up next, we're going to keep rocking out with Workout Wednesday and Body Pump. Will you play us a little more?
Absolutely.
All right.
Is this what I'm here for? I'm begging for the answer. Running 4 years strong. Thought it would take me this long. Is this the beginning
Of the rest of our lives,
the end of everything that ever felt right?
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
The classic film Singing in the Rain is coming to the Players Center in a live stage show opening January 17th. All the dances and all the songs you've come to know and love, all a part of our Wild Broadway series. Get your tickets now for this limited run by calling the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. You too can be singing in the rain.
Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Paul Madison from Madison's 41. And I see the ladies have come to join you already, Paul.
I got helpers. I got good helpers. I get really good helpers.
We're ready.
You're
They
in charge
said
of whiskey.
kitchen or workout. Kitchen or workout. I am really willing to help you, Paul.
Well, you're getting to work out in the kitchen. Remember, this works.
I
This is
am.
good
Look
exercise.
at all the exercise I'm getting.
So we're making a little egg wash because we're going to dip our shrimp in a little flour and then some egg and then a little breadcrumbs combined with some pecan. We're doing a pecan-crusted shrimp. It's going to go with our beautiful Han wine that's one of your favorites.
Absolutely it is. All right, we can't wait to join you, and we'll work when we get there, Linda, we promise. Shall we?
Well, research shows that weightlifting increases strength, metabolism, and your overall well-being, but many people are intimidated by weight machines or hardcore bodybuilder gyms. Well, Body Pump is a great solution. Charlie DeFazio from Sarasota YMCA is here to teach us what this class is all about. Welcome, Charlie. And you brought one of your amazing students from the class. All right, give us an idea for people that aren't familiar. What is Body Pump? What's the class?
Well, Body Pump is a very well-rounded full body workout. It's synced into music. There's 10 solid tracks. You're hitting the body from head to toe, basically, in a very short time. 1 hour, in and out, done.
So you get a full body workout in this class. So it's not that it's one concentration. You can get head to toe.
Now you get a full body workout. We hit it all.
Now, all right, a lot of people don't necessarily look at weights or group fitness as fun, but you say that the class actually has a fun aspect.
Oh, it's great. I mean, I've seen relationships form. I've seen people get married over Body Pump. They meet in class. It's amazing stuff. I mean, you get in the workout, but you're truly developing lifelong relationships. It's like a club. It's a club atmosphere. It's a social environment. You're killing a lot of birds with one stone. It's all around win-win.
Well, it's a good time of year to do that because we all have all of those resolutions. Yeah. Now, some people say that they're not into the idea of a group fitness class. So how does the fun factor in?
Well, I was one of those people. I never would have stepped into a group fitness class if I didn't start teaching. But you come in, you see the same people all the time. You challenge each other. You go out for coffee afterwards. It's just a great way to make bonds for life, and I've seen it happen again and again and again.
So music is always a big part of my workout,
yes.
And I know it's a big part of your workout. How does the music factor in?
Well, every 3 months we get fresh material, so it's never boring. We keep you guys excited. Every single song is synced into a different track. We have rock, we have rap, we have punk, we have even opera sometimes. So it's good for everybody.
So you say it's synced in, like, you know, I mean, I like to dance. So is it in some way choreographed? The moves are choreographed?
No, it's absolutely choreographed to different beats, which shocks the body into different stimulus, and that's what we do.
All right, now, in January, we see a lot of new faces come into the gym. Is this beginner friendly?
Absolutely, it's for everybody. I have veterans in there who've been doing this for 15, 20 years. I have people who have just stepped in right off the street, and you do it at your own pace. You do what you can.
All right.
That's the beauty of the program.
Well, you brought a couple examples, so you're going to kind of recreate a class for us here. So you also brought some of the music, because it's a big part of the class.
Yes, I did.
So let's start with the first exercise.
All right.
This is one of the more advanced exercises.
Yes, it is. First one is a clean and press. It's basically a full body workout, the clean and press in and of itself, but this is one of my favorites. And this is killer. You're going to have a good time with this one.
Oh, great.
Yeah. You ready?
Yes.
A couple deep breaths will do you good.
Sometimes you gotta take a chance to break through, and when the world is not enough.
All right,
I'm listening.
Breaths are in.
Okay.
So this is one of the more full body.
Now take a deadlift. This is a slow deadlift, guys, to the knees, and just pull up using the posterior chain. Another slow one. Feel the hamstrings, feel the booty. 3-1, take it down. 3, 2, 1. And here we are in the musical count, so different paces. Nice, basically a negative rep. Last one. Now brace abs, you guys. Triple row. Down, pull to the belly, knees belly, squeeze the shoulder blades. Good, do it again.
So the song actually warms you up before you get into the move.
Oh yeah, what you're about to do.
Oh,
Clean and press, let's go. Yeah, it warms you up.
Oh yeah.
Until the punchline, you got it going. So drop, drive, catch, flip, and the option here is a single row. So you can do that as well. So if you're brand new, check out Victoria behind me. You can come in, you go at your own pace. Feels good. Heart rate coming up?
Yes.
All right, deadlift, 2-2, back to the knees. And you get a little breather here, actually.
All right, well, speaking of breather, I don't want to have all the fun.
No, keep going. You're doing great.
All right.
Want to go to the next song?
Yes, all right. So I'm going to let Stephanie give us a sample of the next one.
You're doing so well.
I know. I wanted
He
always
was.
leave them wanting more.
And that's a fraction of that song.
So that was just
the
a
first
piece.
quarter of that song.
So that move would go through the entire song.
Oh yeah, it's about 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
Normally.
All right, and now one thing that's happening here is a weight change.
Yes.
Explain how that works.
Okay, so different muscle groups, legs obviously, big body parts, you want to go big weight. Biceps, very small muscle group, so she's adjusting weight down to accommodate that. So
And it was
yeah,
very easy to do, so
Yeah,
we don't have to
exactly.
be
Okay, so
intimidated by
that-
plate changes or screwing
No,
things on
absolutely
and
don't
off.
be, but if it
Okay.
feels easy, it probably is, and at that point, you want to add weight. You want to challenge yourself.
That's true.
All
So
right,
let's
as
get
you
into
go.
the bicep.
All right,
move.
biceps.
And you have another song for that.
Yep, I've got a totally different song.
All right.
And so heels under the hips. Good, bare feet, that's good. I like that too.
I like the
Hardcore.
fact
All
that
right.
you get to control your own weight.
Roll the shoulders. Okay, you guys, elbows in close to the body. Work the guns. Ready? 2-2. Now, what does that mean? When I yell out those numbers, it means up, up, down, down, okay? We focus on form, we focus on range. Now split your stance, same pace. 2-2. Up, up. Awesome, you got some form there, good. Chest up. And the main thing, guys, we really focus on form and technique. It's another great thing about the program. Step up, it's a quick slow. So up and easy down. Good.
And Charlie, how long would you stay with these same songs and exercise routines?
How long?
How often do they switch out?
About every 3 months we get new material.
So that gives you 3 months
pulse.
to get better at this? You can increase
Oh,
your
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So every time you think you're getting bored, we bring you new stuff. All right? So you can't get bored.
Well, Stephanie's doing such a great job on the biceps, I almost don't even want to go
You
into
feel this
the
already?
I'm feeling the burn.
Wanna stop there?
I'm going to tell you, no, keep on going. We'll let you guys keep working out through.
Oh, yeah?
Excuse you.
All right. You see, you told
If you
were
want
gonna
to
get your
find a
workout in
body
today.
pump class schedule, you can go to the Sarasota YMCA branch near you. You can go right to their website. You can find Charlie's class or any of the other classes. Sign up for body pump. It's offered multiple times throughout the day. Next, when we come back, it is Value Day on Suncoast for sale.
Good job.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are music to your ears, like the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Or head over to Muscle Shoals and Fame Studios. Are you a star yet?
My mama thinks so.
Or, if that's your stomach I hear grumbling, our barbecue is almost a religious experience. Food good here?
Best in the country.
Alabama's got 100 road trips.
Which one you gonna take?
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. New details into the events leading up to a deadly deputy-involved shooting in Bradenton. A look at the case and what we know so far. Plus, a Northport City official placed on leave. A look at the allegations made against him and what the city is doing to ensure the protection of its workers. Now let's get a check on our First Alert weather forecast with Bob Harrigan.
Thanks. Looking at the tower cam right now out into the Sarasota Bay toward Lido and Longboat Key and City Island. You can see some mid-level cloudiness has moved in. Should make for a nice sunset this evening, and it looks as though things will stay dry too here. We're not expecting any rainfall around. Temperatures will be on the cooler side into the upper 40s for the most part near the coast, mid-40s well inland. We'll have the details on another cold front headed our way coming up today at 5. See you then.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Everything is looking up in Suncoast real estate. Everything from the sales of homes is up and the values of homes are up, but that does not mean that there are not some really great deals out there. And Realtor Andrew Haddad has this week's top values in Suncoast for sale.
That's
so
right,
market
Linda.
indicators are up.
Oh my gosh, I mean, our fourth quarter saw a huge surge. Of course, we had a lot of the luxury condos come to completion downtown. So we saw a lot of those closing. Yet, I mean, our overall market in Sarasota is up nearly 30%.
Quick question.
Yes.
And I know I'm diverting you.
Please.
All these luxury condos that are coming up all over, including downtown, are there buyers? Are they all going?
100%.
Really? Because we all predicted there's too many. They're all just going to sit there. No, they're all going.
Yeah, well, I mean, not 100%,
Sure,
but I mean,
sure.
there's
a
definitely a
need.
demand for that.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
And
That is
very,
amazing.
very interesting. In Sarasota, I mean, our average single-family house price has increased, I mean, over 22%. So the average price for a single-family house in Sarasota is at $502,000.
Probably driven by those condos a little bit.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
That's a single family though. Those are single family. The median sales price for single family homes is $345,000. So for today's purposes, I've found some properties that meet, you know, right in the middle between that criteria.
We want a deal.
Let's
Show
do
us
it.
those
All
properties.
right. First, we are going to Palmer Ranch. You guys know Palmer Ranch. It's like the number 3 submarket in Sarasota. Absolutely gorgeous community. This is in Botanica, priced at $350,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 2,400 square feet, which makes this condo huge. Ideal location. It looks out to a lake and a pond, stainless steel appliances, Corian countertops. It has a private entrance.
Oh, that's beautiful.
As a matter of fact, this condo has its own private elevator, along with a multitude of amenities, which makes this an ideal buy in Sarasota and Palmer Ranch. $350,000, great deal. Next, we are heading down to Venice, and I'm confident to say this is in Venetian Falls. This is probably one of the most sought-after 55-plus communities that are highly amenitized down there. Great deal, $360,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 2,100 square feet. It was built in 2008. You can see it's been updated. Granite, stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors throughout, and also tile floors. You know, it's been professionally lighted, meticulously maintained. Again, beautiful home right there.
Oh, yes,
$360,000. Not to mention, you have a 16,000 square foot amenities center with multiple pools and activities and all the good stuff that goes along with that.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to keep them up. That's the good stuff.
Definitely. I got one more. This is in Osprey. So believe it or not, $375,000 will buy you a single-family house in the Oaks Preserve. This is in Emerald Woods, which is a neighborhood within the Oaks.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible, though. Look at this property. This is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 2,300 square feet. I love the custom built-ins in this house. Beautiful open floor plan. And again, this is the country club. This is actually one of the only private member-owned country clubs in Sarasota, the Oaks Preserve. So gorgeous home, incredible community, amazing location, which this made my top 10 list. So
yeah, absolutely.
So what does a top value look like? How do we know?
That's a great question. So, you know, I mean, I look at it from the entire package. Location, right? you know, our product, our home, the size, the amenities, what's included in the home. So it's all the value items that is going to bring that home to the, you know, the most desirable state.
Does
So
price
the details count.
Yeah, and does price per square foot still factor in?
It definitely plays a role. When you see like Zillow estimates and Zestimates, it doesn't take into account a lot of the features that, you know, owners are putting in their home to add value.
Okay.
So yes, price per square foot is important. At the same time, we like to look at the entire package. So.
Now, Palmair, tell us about that. We're moving toward the north
I'll
part
tell you
of
what, I love
Sarasota.
Palmair. This place is amazing. $500,000. This is a beautiful home, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, over 4,000 square feet. Now this is on the fairway on the 9th hole. Beautiful wood floors, open floor plan. We have both an eat-in kitchen and separate living areas. Huge though, with over 4,000 square feet. And again, it's right on the golf course. Very livable home, and
I like that.
You know, then you get the benefits of the optional Palmair Country Club membership, which is very affordable. Offers, I mean, their clubhouse is 25,000 square feet big. So I mean, 2 championship golfing courses, and that's your view in the summer all day. So. Love it. Linda.
Dream house.
Dream house. Well, actually, surprise, there's no house on this lot.
Oh,
Yet,
really?
this is one of the final remaining buildable home sites on the most sought after Casey Key. So 2.875 million is a 3/4 buildable home site, which is incredible. We have Gulf of Mexico, bam, right there. In the back, we have Little Sarasota Bay with your own Gulf to Bay. That's it. I mean, again, we have celebrities living in this area.
But that's
right
just
on
for the
12th
land.
Street.
The 2.85.
That's just for the land. And
we
yes,
could
we
camp.
Camping.
We have tens of millions dollar homes. That's right. So for the dream home, I thought we could dream.
Wow.
So I love
That
it.
is lovely,
Excellent.
Andrew. Thank you so much.
welcome.
For more information and more top deals, you can go to Andrew's website, sellingthesuncoast.com. Oh, let's think about that dream lot. We'll all go together.
That's right.
We'll be right
A bunch
back.
of RVs on it.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Welcome back. We had Marcia Panucci, the host of Animal Outtakes, on our show a couple of weeks ago, and she was talking about the Dolphin Research Center in the Florida Keys. And that was an area that had a lot of storm damage. But, Joey, I understand that they are actually really anxious to have people come back and get them back on their feet with some visitors.
This is a great staycation idea if you want to stay in the state of Florida. It's only about 5 hours from us, and their area was hit from Hurricane Irma, and they were able to reopen the Dolphin Research Center by October 1st.
Which is great.
There was some damage in their administrative offices, but that won't be obvious to you if you go visit. They are in a situation right now where they need visitors.
Right.
It's kind of like Katrina, New Orleans after Katrina.
Right, help get us back in our
There's still
hotels.
plenty to do. It's still a beautiful area, and they just need visitors. And I think there's a perception in the rest of the country that they aren't accepting visitors. That it's
I think this is a really great point.
My grandchildren would love that.
Oh, and you can plan an entire trip by going to their website. I believe it's dolphins.org. And they have everything, all the hotels you can stay in. There are other attractions around them.
How cool is
this
that?
is a beautiful day for a good cause. We're Floridians. We stick together.
Absolutely, and I think that's a good point about the Keys in general. You know, we support them after Irma, get back there and help get the word out that they are open for business.
And who doesn't love dolphins?
And those dolphins are gorgeous. All right, great road trip idea. Thank you, Joey. Coming up next, we're going to celebrate right here on the Suncoast with Forks and Corks and Chef Paul Madison.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Like to travel, but wish you maybe had some more options when it comes to getting the lowest price on an airfare. What one major airline is now doing that may soon change how much you pay to travel. Now let's get another check on the weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, after a cold start, Scott, we had things warm up into the upper 60s, still below average, but a nice afternoon. A little bit of cloudiness has approached lately as a little bit of the upper level winds continue to blow in from the Gulf of Mexico, a little overrunning from the front down to our south. But all in all, at the surface anyway, we have clear skies, 66 degrees on the temperature. The dew point temperature pretty low at 46. The barometer pretty high, 30-13. And no rainfall around, although it looks rather ominous down to our south. Again, we talked about it many, many times. That's some military exercises going on down south. Current temperatures into the mid-60s.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Manatee County residents and volunteers are coming together to take stock in children.
We'll tell you more about their annual prayer breakfast fundraiser and how you can help kids tomorrow in Manatee County. John?
We're looking at a beautiful couple of days, warming couple of days, but then the weekend has some question marks. Deals with that front. We'll talk about it.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Coming up Thursday at 4 on Suncoast View, it's a battle of the sexes at the Sarasota Ballet. We take a field trip to go behind the scenes at a ballet rehearsal to kick off their new season. A sex therapist stops by to teach us what 3 mistakes to avoid in our love lives. Plus, Music Compound teaches us to play the ukulele, and Muse at the Ringling joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We are here in the kitchen with Sarasota original chef Paul Madison, and we are celebrating Forks and Corks that is coming up this weekend. So
those are some big,
I was about to say, those are some big juicy prawns.
You bet.
So tell us.
Gotta hurry.
So,
I'm coming, Paul.
You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. I wanted to get these started because they are so big and they're going to take a minute or two to cook. So, for our dinner this weekend, we're featuring Han Winery. This is one of the courses, which we're going to serve with their SLH Chardonnay.
Can I fit that in here?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
The chef said no.
I wouldn't.
I thought you wanted me to put it in there. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
Encrusted.
So pecan crusted shrimp. Yeah, these are big, beautiful prawns. These are U15s, less than 15 per pound.
Wow.
Big shrimp. And we're doing a little breading with them. And so what we're doing is dipping them first in a little flour, then in some egg, and then in a little bit of breadcrumbs that's blended with some pecans, some toasted pecans. So that's going to be our crust on the outside of the shrimp, and then we drop that into a little canola oil. And shrimp cooks pretty quickly, but when they're this big, you want to make sure you get them through. So we give them a little bit of a turn, so they'll go all the way around. And
So these are butterflied. Is that the term?
yes, and the only reason we do that, I like to butterfly a shrimp because the shrimp is skinnier toward the tail end and fatter as you get up toward the body. So by butterflying them open, you get the same thickness all the way through, and you get a nice even cooking.
Okay.
You just cut them down the middle, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to turn them one more time, and then I'm going to put you back in charge, Nikki, and you can take them out in just about.
They smell great. They smell so good.
That's amazing.
It's like buttery toasted pecans.
Yes, yes.
I like the idea of using a nut as a crust, too. I mean, I would think you could do that with anything.
You can use all different types of nuts and anything you like.
That smells
and
amazing.
the key to doing that when you're using a nut crusted is to just do nuts by themselves can be too coarse and overbearing. So I tend to mix it about 60% nuts, about 40% breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Kind of gives you a little.
Good advice. All right, so we're making a dressing for the salad.
Yeah. So here we got a little sherry vinaigrette. Or a little sherry. We're making a sherry vinaigrette. A little sherry vinegar.
A little mustard.
A little mustard. We've got a vanilla bean that I split open. We'll add that.
That's a
We
treat.
got some good honey, some good local wildflower honey.
Yum.
We'll put that right in there. And then some fresh lavender, because Nikki had some lavender growing in her garden. She picked it for us.
Really?
So that's why there's lavender.
I love that.
Well, it is in a pot, and I brought it outside, so it may not be still living by next week.
Not that cold.
Well, we'll work what we have for now. So the oil, if you can slowly add the oil. And any vinaigrette, about one, not that fast.
Okay.
Okay. No, you're good.
What type of oil are we adding?
This is a blend of olive oil and a little canola oil.
Okay.
Olive oil by itself is a little strong of a flavor. I really wanted to kind of get the flavor of that honey and the citrus, so we're backing off a little bit. And any vinaigrette, about 1 part acidity to about 3 parts of oil or fat. So it's kind of your and by putting all your ingredients first and then slowly adding that oil, you're making a little emulsion which holds it all together. All right, let's stop there for 1 second and taste.
I like the way the chef decides if it's time.
A little salt and pepper.
That's
like
the difference between the chef palate and my palate. He knows what it needs.
Perfect.
All right, and this will go on some greens?
Yeah, so then, oh, you started the other shrimp too. Good. All right, so I got more vinaigrette than I need, so I have that problem. We're gonna do this.
Okay, we'll pour off what we don't need.
We'll pour off what we don't need.
Okay.
So the vinaigrette's a nice complement to the shrimp, to the prawns. Yes, and it's gonna fare well on it. We've got some
Fresh fennel.
Pecan jumped out and smacked me in the face.
Bad pecan.
Like, I hope she didn't see a bug in our kitchen, but no, we're safe.
The pecans will behave at the wine dinner.
They will.
Absolutely.
This is, of course, one of the courses that Chef Paul will be featuring at the Han Wine Dinner that is coming up this Saturday. This is all part of Forks and Corks weekend with numerous winemakers in town pairing up with our local chefs for an entire wonderful weekend of food and wine. So tickets for Chef Paul's Wine Dinner you can find at Madisons.com with the Han Winery. So, Chef, thanks for joining us. Looks absolutely amazing. We can't wait to try the prawns. Nikki, as always, I hope the pecan didn't get you too bad. A lot of fun to have you here.
It's always great to be here. Thank you.
Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Look at those gorgeous prawns. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.